Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, girls and ghouls. Lend me your ears as I regale you with a tale that is sure to send shivers down your spine. This is a tale of hauntings, a tale of ghosts, spirits, and poltergeists. A tale of theater and ancient burial sites. This is the tale of the Imogene Theater. It was the year 1909, and Milton was on fire. A great inferno consumed most of the downtown Milton business district. Homes were torched, and businesses burned to cinder. But out of its sacrificial ashes rose the Milton Opera House. In 1912, Steve Harvey, president of the First Milton National Bank, financed the construction of the Opera House. Nobody knew what stood on those grounds before the Opera House was built. Some say a Masonic lodge, others a Native American burial ground. Regardless, the doors of the new theater would open to the public in 1913. In its heyday, the spooky auditorium was first home to vaudeville theaters and performing artists. Some of their equipment and doodads are still in the theater, even today. Audiences would sell out the auditorium to watch each performance. But it wasn't all laughs and chuckles. Some of those performers would lose their lives to mishaps and freak accidents, which were commonplace with vaudeville shows in the early 1900s. Visitors to the auditorium often reported hearing the cheers and laughs of a phantom audience, even when no performance was going on. Others noticed curtains rising and stage equipment moving on its own. By 1921, the Gooch family purchased the theater and renamed it after their dear daughter, Imogene. Tragically, Mr. Gooch passed away under mysterious circumstances shortly after purchasing the auditorium. But the name and the theater live on. By 1938, the auditorium had been renovated and screened some famous motion pictures. The first floor was used as retail space and even a post office at one time. Larry Donovan, one of the couriers who worked on the first floor at the time, told harrowing tales of hearing swing music resonating through the floor above him when he was alone in the building. Stealing his nerves, he would go to the auditorium to investigate, but would find nothing but the coldest chill of his life. This, among other stories, led many to believe the Imogene Theater was haunted, and so it was closed down by 1946. Other businesses would go on to rent the auditorium over the next couple of years. Most were out-of-towners who've never heard some of the strange and eerie happenings behind Imogene's doors. Other renters were simply non-believers of the superstitious. One such skeptic was Marthy Jenkins, a security guard hired to keep watch at the theater. On occasion, he heard the creepy laughter of a little girl echoing down the hall. On other nights, he swore he heard the beating of Native American drums filtering through the walls. On one particular night shift, Marthy decided to sleep right in the middle of the theater hall, just to assure himself he wasn't crazy. Managing to fall asleep, the night guard was awakened by eerie whispers, just in time to see Imogene dancing around on stage. Her skin as pale as snow, her eyes as black as the night. By 1985, the theater building had been understandably abandoned. But thankfully, Santa Rosa Historical Society stepped in to buy the ailing auditorium and opened it to the public once more. For a while, most folks thought they'd heard the last of this terrifying theater. But in 2009, 100 years after the original fire, another inferno gutted the auditorium, destroying much of its interior. Luckily, 7 fire departments responded in time to save Imogene Theater before it could burn to the ground. The Historical Society has restored the theater to its former glory, and its hallowed halls are still in use today. No one can deny the spirits lurking behind the haunted doors of Imogene Theater.